Imaginations with Robert Meyer Burnett.
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it's I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, your pharaoh of physical media. Call me what you want. Love me or hate me. I didn't come up with any of these nicknames. It's Robert Meyer Burnett, and who would have thought? This is Fully Articulated, episode number 30, following episode number 29 from January 26th of 2022. My God, it's been a long time. It's been a long road, which is good because Az has the 6-scale Archer figure from X06. But I've got two great guests to bring on. George the Giant Slayer, and you know him, you love him, Az, heel versus babyface, back with his original name. Gentlemen, welcome to Fully Articulated.
How you doing?
What's going on, boys? Can you believe that it's been years and we're still talking about toys? I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm going to be talking about toys to the day I die, so it's all good for me.
Here.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, you know, since we're restarting, I mean, obviously, Hot Toys has been going on, talking hot dogs and hot toys over there on your channel. As coming back, we haven't done this show in what 18 months on this channel together. 18 months. I went full time over on the John Campea show, but now I'm free and clear to navigate, as it were. Thrusters at station keeping, onward and forward. And George, you've never been live on my channel, I don't think.
Nope, first time.
So it's a great honor to have the great George, and we're going to be doing more stuff with George, hopefully, aren't we? When you're feeling
Absolutely.
better?
Yes, sir.
And, I'm a big fan. I don't know if you've watched George's very articulate videos on things like Lord of the Rings. I always feel I'm smarter when they're over. So that's always a good thing, George. And you have a collection. You have a great collection of quarter scale figures behind you. Are those third scale or quarter scale?
No, those are third scale. Those are third scale.
Third scale.
I love 6 scale, but third scale when it comes to statues, that's my gem.
And I just want to point out that the last episode that we did, we came up with this cockamamie idea of having the scale wars, the 1/12 versus 1/6 scale figures, and some people would send in photographs of their scale war things, but the great Martino Simoni went a step further, and he did episodes, a whole season of episodes of Playtrek, where, of course, Martino had gifted both Az and I many Playmobil toys, everything from the A-Team van to Kit to the Starship Enterprise and even a Klingon Bird of Prey. And Martino, he went above and beyond, and the epilogue of the first season of Playtrek dropped. It's on my channel now. You can watch the whole playlist. It's amazing. But we're back. We're back after all of this time. It's very exciting, gentlemen. Hey, by the way, I'm here too. I just haven't quite put my face in yet. But anyway, it's great to have you both. How are you both? I mean, let me ask you both. George, I'll start with you.
Yep.
How do you feel about the state of 6 scale, third scale? We have InArts has jumped in. We have a lot of new players in the game. Hot Toys, their output is hard to keep up with. How do you feel about the state of bespoke toys?
Oh, that's what I really love. I'm into customs. I've moved into that next phase. You know, when your addiction goes from Hot Toys and then you start going into customs. But I think what'd you say?
Would you just call me?
Oh, you? A few words, but custom. I'm gonna make a custom Az. No, but the point is that I think what InArt is doing right now is everyone's trying to figure out how they can create a new market between what Hot Toys established and the customs market, where you pay $1,000 to $2,000 per figure. And we're about to see. I'm waiting for the Joker, supposed to arrive in the next couple of weeks from InArt. So I'm waiting to see how that pans out. I've heard some good things about it.
Yeah, I've got mine coming too.
So I can't wait for that. But I think what you're going to start seeing is, I think that's going to be the same thing that's going to start to happen actually in the statues. Because see, in the customs statues collector's arena, people are starting to make a lot of custom statues. So I think you're going to have companies who are going to start making how would I put it? Like they're going to start making the not the Marvels or the DCs. They're going to make more license. They're going to make rare licenses, and because you've been doing that right now for what, the last 5 or 6 years. Like you can go to Sideshow and you can see Batman all day long. You can see Joker. You can see Darth Vader. You can get those every live long day. But if you wanted something that not a lot of people knew about, like if you wanted to have all of a sudden Escape from New York and you wanted Pliskin, you'd have to have something like that custom made, and the Crow. And so you're starting to see the bigger companies coming out with them, and you're also starting to see the 1/6 scale companies coming out with them. I think that's where we're headed, is this fusion of custom and everyday pieces.
Nice. Well, as you know, I would ask you the same question. I mean, you've been showing on your show the Transformers that you've been getting. A lot of different companies jumping in on those third parties, official releases, that kind of thing. And you also collect Lego sets. And there's been some incredible. Rivendell just was released. I just saw. Are you getting that new Batmobile or Batcave Lego set that they just
100%? Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the state of modern toys that are available?
Very good. Being able to getting my focus going on Transformers, Lego are the two now big ones. Obviously, I have fingers in other pies. The irony, of course, being that I actually have the statue, a 1 in 3 statue of the 1 in 6 that I can't get, which is the Azrael Batman. They never done one. But in terms of Transformers, at the moment the quality is incredible, and the options out there are incredible. Particularly with the ropey stuff that Hasbro are putting out, and even the Takara masterpieces are being outshone by companies like Fan Toys and X Transport Toy. You know, they're coming out with some great stuff as well. And I've also started to pick up. I got a little plethora of Transformers here, which for recently I picked up the 3-pack of Sharkicons, small little Sharkicons, and they came in about £65 for 3. They were great. They were lovely. I got myself 9 of them. Make yourself a little army. But it's just a little on the small side, you know? And I was like, they're nice to display, and I've got them displayed over there. But I was like, if only they were slightly bigger.
That's what she said.
This week, I'm not saying it all the time, mate. Then this week, they pop back up on that my favorite store to purchase in the UK, which is Primetime Toys with a Z.co.uk. Not sponsored, just really good company, really good customer service. And they've now released the Sharkicons again, but oversized.
Wow, look at that.
Still in 3-packs. Well, this is the Sharkicon. This is their color scheme. Yeah. Real men wear pink, George. Everyone knows that.
Is that a British thing?
No, that's a worldwide thing. That's a man thing, George. That's a male thing. So now I've got the actual proper size that I want. One that will challenge like a Takara masterpiece of, let's just say, a car vehicle on the Autobot side. And I'm absolutely over the moon. So I've now got a little army of them. Now I've got 9 of the big ones. So when I do because I'm working into different phases, like my Transformers over there. That's my pre-Transformers the movie Autobot collection going on, which, as you'll see later, has got another edition today, 2 in fact. And then the next one I'm going to do is, I'm going to be doing 2 back to back. The Decepticons pre-Transformers the movie, because believe it or not, there wasn't that many. there wasn't that many, certainly comparative to the Autobots, and also from Transformers the movie itself. So then you can bring in Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime, Galvatron, Scourge, Cut, Blur, Cyclonus, the Sharkicons, RC, stuff like that. And so to have 9 of the Sharkicons would be great for that Transformers the movie display.
Are they all the same? Because I don't know much about the Sharkicons.
Well, this one is slightly different, because this is actually like a lieutenant, a leader one. So he's got these are red.
Okay.
And then the other 2 in the 3-pack, that will just be pink.
Okay. Do they transform or are they?
Oh yeah, they transform into little sharks. As you can
Cool.
sort of see the.
Yeah. I like that.
So yeah, some of them will be transformed into the sharks. Some of them will be in robot form when I do that display.
Aren't they doing that? Are they using them in that Beast Wars movie?
Probably. They're using everything in that. They're throwing everything. They're putting Nightbird into that for some reason.
Because I saw a couple of things coming out. And I was like,
That's Nightbird.
Now, how are you? Okay, so you have Beast Wars coming out. How excited are you, and will you be collecting any toys from Beast Wars?
No.
Really? Not at all?
No.
no.
All right.
I'm not supporting trash.
I will say that I
what
like
if it's
the
good
first
though?
one. I like the first.
Number one, George. Number one, Robert. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, no. You can tell it's not.
Good at all.
Well, they even announced it. I mean, they said they've been marketing it in some places. It's woke. Intentionally, not with an underlying message. But besides that, I looked at them. When you look at the difference between what you got from the first Michael Bay film, the first Transformers film till now, something even looks off just in the trailers.
Well, did you guys like Bumblebee?
Yes.
I love Bumblebee.
I thought
it was a good film.
And yeah, I thought Bumblebee was really good. I mean, obviously the opening on Cybertron was badass, and I thought it was really great. Well, I think that I have to answer my own question. So the answer to my question, the state of toys for me is I've had to, obviously I can't afford everything that comes out anymore. I mean, I used to think that, you could get every hot toy. It's impossible. I mean, if you're filthy rich, you can, or whatever. But I personally can't. So I've had to make a decision about what it is I'm going to collect. Still collect hot toys, but I cut way back. I want to get the things that I really like. But one of the things I've been doing is I've been going back and getting third-party figures that I never picked up that I can find cheaper. Like, here's a third-party Halle Berry X-Men from Storm from Days of Future Past. So I got this. A friend of mine called me up. Well, he's become a friend. He called me up and said he was getting rid, because he was going into just 12 scale, and he was getting rid of a lot of his 6 scale figures. And he had a lot of third-party X-Men figures that I hadn't picked up over the years, this being one of them. Now, they don't have the head sculpts of Hot Toys, and they're not as good as, especially because a lot of them are older. We're talking like 5 years old or even older. And I have it. But then, so I bought some of his collection, and he had some really cool customs. Like, here's a Bobby Drake Iceman, and if you see the head sculpt is actually, it's hard to see here because you can't see the likeness. The likeness is bang on, and it came with a Bobby Drake head sculpt, and then this. Yeah, Aaron Ashmore, and it's really, really good. And now this is custom. This is from, I think, a Marvel Legends, one of the 12-inch Marvel figures. He just put it in there. But so he sold me a lot of his collection and gave me a really good deal. Threw in some Hot Toys. Like, he said, I'll throw in that Hot Toys Wonder Woman for you. I'm like, okay, and I got the a Scarlet Witch that I didn't have. One of the valuable the Scarlet Witches that's hard to get. And so he that's what I've been looking for is here's the Bobby Drake head sculpt without the ice. No, it's not that bad. And so these third-party X-Men figures, and what's cool about them is, what I really like about them is, if you set them all up in a tableau, and I've got I think 12 of them. I bought that new Juggernaut that came out. And I just ordered the Apocalypse figure. And when you put them all together, the display looks really, really cool. So I keep messing around with that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And in terms of, now I'm interested in how do I display this stuff? Why do I have all this stuff in boxes? If I can't take it out and display it, why have it? Why? Because, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
You know what, you have a good point, and I can actually tack on to one where you asked me earlier, what's going on next in 1/6 scale. And I think dioramas. People have been building custom dioramas for a long time, and then you had people like Jazz Inc., who that's how he started his company, was building the Death Star dioramas,
which is so cool.
Right, but I think that's going to be the next phase, and I actually think Hot Toys, every one of the conventions, they'll always show 2 or 3 dioramas, what they can do, but they've never sold them. I've always thought that they've missed out on an incredible market, because once you have a great collection, then you want to start creating, like you said, these tableaux so you can display them, bring to life your favorite scenes. I think that's what's really next, because right now you have a few, not third-party companies, but Hong Kong-based custom artists who can create what you want.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right about that, because what do you have all these cool toys, but the better your display is, it's more impressive because when people come to your house, you want them to go, ooh, cool. As much as we adults have friends that would think that they're cool, but I mean, some people do, and there's nothing more fun than if someone comes into your house, and sees your collection and oh, dare I say, marvels at it. Sorry. Hey, you know what? You come for the jokes. You come for the figures, stay for the jokes, right? That's all I can say.
What I started getting into in the last few weeks, especially when I was sick, is I got my first Eagle Moss.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got the Battlestar.
Oh, the Eagle Moss stuff, the bigger ones too, are really nice. They're nice.
I've been looking for them, but they're crazy expensive. I don't know if you can see that. Nope.
Yeah, then look at that's a great size.
Yeah, I mean, it was smaller than I thought. And I was like, well, but look at that. But when you look at the detail of it, I don't know if you can see it.
Well, and Master Replicas out of the UK picked up their license, and as I told Az last week, hey, they've got some Doctor Who figures that are blowing out cheap. So
got me a couple. So
what, the Master Replicas?
Got they had 9 and 11 on the Doctor front, and 12, but I got 2 12s already. But
do y'all have the Enterprises or any of the Star Trek Master Replicas?
Yeah, I've got. Oh,
because I wanted to see one.
I have the Master Replicas 1701. You mean the big, huge, the 350 scale? It got damaged in my move, however. Don't even get me started. But not good. Didn't. I mean, I could go grab it, but
they don't have that on the site now, though, do
they? No, I couldn't find the big ones.
No, they haven't made that in years, unfortunately. But I will say this: it's absolutely beautiful.
And what about the smaller ships?
Well, Master Replicas never really made smaller ships. They made some things, but they were a great company. And it's weird because they kind of went out of business. They made a lot of lightsabers, right, and then they made other ships too. And then I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to go moving forward. Although we know that, what is it? Not Fandom, but what is the company that's making the Enterprise D parts again?
It's Fan Home.
Fan Home, that's right. So we'll be able to finally finish our Enterprise Ds.
But wait a minute, let me ask you a question. If you go to masterreplicas.com now, they have all the small ships. Am I not?
They're selling Eagle Moss's stock, whatever's left. And what they're doing is every Friday.
That's where I got confused.
They're dropping more stuff. Like they're dropping Nomad. I never got a Nomad. I want to get Nomad. So they're dropping Nomad, and then a few more. Like they put out the XL Stargazer, Picard's first command, and that had never been released. That was something that Eagle Moss hadn't got around to releasing, and they released that, and it sold out really quickly. So every Friday they've been dropping this stuff. So, which is pretty cool. So other than InArts, I'm waiting for my InArts too. I ordered it from Toys Wonderland. I pay the shipping in January. Paid off But they don't have them. And Justin from Justin's collection told me there was a legal issue or something, and I don't know what it was. But
with Toys Wonderland.
Yeah, with Toys Wonderland, because I'd bought mine on time, when they were first announced. And I have to say that when Justin was here in L.A., he was doing. They had an InArts event in Vegas. I was going to go with him. I couldn't because of a family issue, but I was able to hold all of their figures. So, in my hand, I even the prototype of Aragorn. And as I've been saying, like to Az, they're incredible. Like the Bruce Wayne from the Batman, I don't know what they made the overcoat out of. Not the Batman, but the Bruce Wayne figure.
Yeah.
I've never. It really felt good in my hand.
I like cashmere.
Really?
It was. Yeah. It was. It felt like. It did feel like cashmere. That's kind of what it felt like. And
did you see the Gandalf? Because that's what I'm really interested.
Oh yeah,
in. How was that?
It's incredible. But you know what's so interesting? They're still just 6 scale. Like now we have the best 6 scale figures in the world. But I look behind you and I'm like, I feel a pull toward
I like
collecting
the big ones. I like
statues.
Well, it is. See, that's the progression. You start with the figures, and then slowly you move into statues and customs. But I really like Hot Toys quarter scale figures. I think
I started with statues.
They're
You
great. I
started
mean,
with statues. Oh,
Yeah, and then I went heavy into 1/6s.
okay.
And I got my focus, and then recently I've been getting a couple of statues again.
Yeah, of course.
And I had not a ding dong, but I had a query with Sideshow this week. I purchased the Ada Wong because it was on 30% off.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. So I bought the Ada Wong statue, and the feet didn't quite go into the pegs. Like one would go in, but the other wouldn't, and it wouldn't line up to do it. So I messaged them, and the person who replied said, try these few things. So I got it so that it's just a little bit out the thing. I can live with it. And I was just, but I can't purchase the Leon statue.
Why?
And they're both from Resident Evil 4, both the same company, both the same license, obviously, because it's Resident Evil. And so I said, I'm just a bit confused. I bought the Ada from this company, Resident Evil 4. You've shipped it to me, but you're saying that the Leon one can't ship to the UK. And then she said, oh, yeah, it's a licensing thing.
That doesn't make sense.
And that doesn't make sense because you just sent me from the same company, the same license, the same character in the same game. And you're saying to me you can't send the Leon.
Are you sure? Wow.
I'm waiting to hear back off that because I've been nice and polite so far, but getting that response, you kind of, when you get that response back, you're like, one of us here is a fool and it's not me.
Do you think maybe she was like, this guy is asking me how he's going to put the peg in the hole? Maybe that threw her a little bit. I don't know. Just curious.
We're going back here again.
Oh, boys with toys. What can I say?
I know what hole you want your peg in, mate.
That doesn't make any sense. They sell you Resident Evil and one goes and one doesn't.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4.
Wow.
Ada Wong from the specific company that ships to me, no problem. The Leon from Resident Evil 4, same company, same line, won't ship to the UK. Work that one.
Unbelievable. I always thought they had a Sideshow in the UK because the way you would get them so quickly.
Yeah.
I think there's a warehouse in Germany.
Mm.
But also some of the stuff literally just ships from the States, but they get it onto DHL and DHL fly it across in one day.
Robert, you don't know how many times it's just driven me crazy. It's like I'm sitting here and like I've ordered it and he's like, hey, look, it just arrived. I'm like, you're in the fucking UK. It's already arrived.
Last week, George, I don't know if you watched the show because you were poorly sick, but I showed off my Captain Jonathan Archer.
I saw it.
It's so
Congratulations. How is it in person? Is it better in person?
Oh,
it look good?
It's so good.
Because a lot of people were complaining originally when the first pictures came out, when it went up for pre-order, the sculpt.
Yeah, I thought the sculpt was a little bit, but I thought a couple of the sculpts are a little bit way. But in person, it looks great, and you know, if you can play with the lighting as well, you can get some incredible, you know, sort of shading, shadowing, which does look so archer. It's unbelievable.
I ordered Harry.
Beautiful figure. I'm.
You like it that much?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I mean, because the whole boiler suit is so well put together. The zips, everything, the trim. It feels like it actually, you know, really feels like a quality Exo-6 product. And Exo-6 have been doing
kicking
so
ass.
Well, so well with those. Like the Harry Kim.
I just ordered it.
The portrait for Harry Kim's a bit ropey.
Which
is weird because when Chakotay is just like
spot on,
unbelievable.
You know what I'm interested in is I've been wanting to ask you guys is why do you think that Q still hasn't sold out? You know, every time I go to Sideshow, he's still available. Q, I thought that would be the first one.
I thought that would have flown off the shelves, to be honest with you.
I know it's still available,
but Janeway is still available.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's you know what's really interesting. Star Trek is not like if you look at collectors, even somebody like Justin from Justin's Collection, he doesn't collect those figures, you know, and the Exo, he doesn't, and it's frustrating because I love his reviews. You know, I've been watching Justin for years, and he hasn't reviewed any Exo-6, and I understand there's a lot of people. I mean, Star Trek is not and by the way, the Exo-6, you know what else is still available? The Saru and Burnham, and you know
the who?
Yeah, I know, right? From Discovery.
I only watched the first.
I got a landfill location.
Well, what's really interesting is if you look at if you go to Eagle Moss, the Eagle Moss stuff that is being sold off by Master Replicas, the Discovery stuff is all still available. And
it is. Nobody wants it.
But what I find really interesting about that is that, you know, I will buy if there's a cool ship or something that might not be, if it's not from something I like, but if the ship design's cool, I would buy it. And I used to buy I would buy any starship, but the design, the actual design of the costumes, like the blue disco Discovery costumes and the design of the ships are not appealing to the eye. No. Like I look at them and they're not, they just, and they don't, the colors are wrong. Everything was wrong. The whole design aesthetic of Discovery. I mean, Strange New Worlds is a bit better, but it's still the Vegas showgirl version of Star Trek. But
J.J. Abrams. It reminds me of J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. I watched a couple of episodes.
But look at
I really love the
Big Chief Doctor Who stuff, right? You put out a Doctor, it'll pretty much sell out.
Yeah.
On the new Who side, 9, 10, 11, and 12 have not only sold out of their originals, they've been reissued as third party to Zavvi UK.
Yep.
And Big Chief brought in another run of them, like a final run of them, and are currently making a brand new 9, 10, 11, and 12.
I didn't know that.
Brand new.
Oh.
Do you know what hasn't even sold out of its first run?
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker.
Of course.
350 they made. That's it. 350. And they can't even sell those.
But you know, I will tell you, I was shocked about something else since you're talking about Who, because classic television, is their Flash Gordon sets didn't sell out quickly. I had mine and I've gone back and I kept seeing them. You know, with Max von Sydow and
Yeah, I keep meaning.
I decided not to go with that. And I looked at it, and I tell you why I decided not to go with that, because the Gordon body is so basic, it's unreal.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
it's jointed. That should be a Thyssen body, or
should be absolutely
certainly a seamless body of some variety, and it just looks like an Action Man toy.
It does. I just had that affinity, and I loved the film growing up, Flash Gordon.
You know, I wanted to get I still want to get the Ming, the Max von Sydow, but like you said, as the Flash, I was really disappointed. First of all, in the face sculpt and in the body. You know, they should have gone with a Fison body.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
no excuse today. You have Fison out there, and you have a lot of companies now. Fison will even custom make bodies for the third-party companies.
For those people who don't know, I have a Fison body here. Here is a Fison body. Here, I'll go full frame on this so you can see it close up. And by the way, he does come with genitals. I just don't have them on here. This is a silicone body over a metal exoskeleton. And it's incredibly, what Fison does, they make these for art studios so you can practice anatomy drawing. And it's funny because when I first got one, it came with different size schlongs. I'm like, wow. But the articulation in here is fantastic. And this metal exoskeleton, very posable. These bodies are great. They make all different sizes. They make different skin colors. So they're great for customization. You just have to make sure that when you get them, that the heads you're getting are proper and they can seat on these. But these are really great bodies, and a lot of people use them for customization. So for those of you who don't know what Fison bodies are, that's what they are. And I can't recommend them enough. I use this. You can't really see him, but right over my shoulder here, my Freddie Mercury, that set only came with a head and clothing. And then I had a Fison body inside, and it's fantastic. It's
really?
Yeah, it's fantastic. So that's George. That's my 6-scale band. I got Hendrix.
Yeah, no, I see. But Bowie. Who's that? Hendrix right next to Bowie? Because it's right in the corner. Okay.
Yeah, that's Hendrix, Bowie, Freddie Mercury.
That's the Blitzway. Is that the Blitzway Hendrix?
Yes, it is.
How was the hair? Because a lot of people complained about the hair.
I love that. I mean, I love the hair.
Did they mess it up?
You put it on the hat. It looks great. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a great figure. Although I keep being told that Hendrix is a lefty and I have the guitar in the wrong place. But maybe that was my problem. I'm trying to figure out how do you make the guitar work. And then I've got the custom prints, and then I've got U.S. Agent. I keep meaning to take him
U.S.
down.
Agent.
He's I've
that was a good figure.
I got the molecule. It's a great figure. I got the Molecule 8 John Lennon behind him.
So you're one of the few people who got actually a product from them, because I got stiffed.
Dude, that figure is awesome. I think one of the great tragedies of action figures. So for those of you who don't know, there was a company called Molecule 8. And their first figure was, and they had like Fison bodies, and it's John Lennon. He came with 2 different head sculpts and 2 outfits, and a guitar. And Molecule 8 ended up stiffing all their artists. They were going to make a quarter scale Jack
Willy
Burton,
Wonka.
but Jack Burton, and the Willy Wonka the Gene Wilder head sculpt was amazing. It was amazing, and then but I got mine. But
did you come with the piano that they promised?
No.
See, I don't know. The company raised $20 million. That's the thing, is they raised $20 million and then just.
Wow, I mean, they screwed everything, and it's too bad because that Gene Wilder figure was so gorgeous. And then I really they were making a quarter scale Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. And what was really cool, the stand, the magnetized stand that holds him up is great. And by the way, I'm waiting for my Zeb from La La Land, the Ryan Gosling character from La La Land, because he comes with a piano, and my band, I need a bass player, and I need a keyboardist and a drummer. So there you go.
Cool. Did any of y'all see the new Lego? Because Az has gotten me back into Lego. Did y'all see the new Flash Batcave from Lego? Because that was a beauty.
No. That is the Batman Returns Batcave.
It was okay. Then that's my bad, because it was advertised. It says new Flash movies coming out. Get the Lego.
No, it's actually the Batman Returns Batcave. It comes with Catwoman, Penguin, Alfred, Bruce Wayne, Batman suit without a head, but you can obviously put a head in if you want. So yeah, it's actually a Batman Return. It's actually the Batman Returns cave.
Cool. Are you gonna get it?
Up. Oh yeah, hell yeah. So it opens up and it shuts up kind of like a box. So it's going to be pretty good for storage as well. Somebody in the chat's asked about Cisco. Is Cisco selling? Cisco is sold out.
Oh yeah, Cisco's sold out.
He's wait list only. So,
And by the way,
and
that
that's
figure is
incredible.
fucking great.
Yeah, that's another doozy. Absolutely.
7 of 9 is the only one I'm on a wait list for because I had missed out originally because I was waiting until it came in, and then when I saw Az, I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, I got good news, George. I got mine.
Me too.
I'm happy for you. You know, I'm sending you my love.
I don't need it. I got one. Save it for your wait list.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I've got the, let me just throw this up. Here is the Lego, this is the Lego Batcave, and you can see how it both opens up, you can take it down, it opens up, or you can fold it up. And, I mean, I look at this and I think this is just like the coolest. I mean, Lego, again, Lego also, hey, expensive, but my God, worth it. Here's a closer up version of it's open up. You can see there's obviously the Batmobile, and look at all like the Bat computer. It's so cool. I don't know how big this is in comparison to like somebody's hand, but oh my God. I mean, I look at this and think, I mean, how cool is this? It's such a...
There should be a video. There should be a video on the site.
It's giving me ideas for what I want to do with another round of modular cases. So
there is a video. You know what? There is a video. You want me? Let me see if I can.
I know. I'm glad Az brought that up. Modular cases. I have been waiting while I've been sick to show you this. Hold on. There is a new company on Kickstarter who is building out cases. Oh, no. Something unique. Let me get the info and I'll share it.
Yeah, the video is just a turnaround, unless there's another video on the site. But
there should be.
Oh wait, here's a. I want to see. Oh, there's another video here. Hang on. Yeah, let me. I'll do a whatchamacallit. I'll do a screen share, and I'll play it so we can. Wow. Okay, this is pretty dope. Let me do that. So what is this case thing? You said there's what kind of a case thing is it? Is it is it like Modular Case?
Oh, yes. Let me send you the link so you can pull it up. Here it is. I'm gonna, because I haven't used this system before, the one you're using. So here's I don't know how to
the like old school camera in the top right.
Mm-hmm.
A couple across, you got a screen. That's your share.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here it is. You see it?
Let's see. Hang on. I'm looking.
Modular display case 3D print.
Here, before I change that, here's the okay, well, you can't see it because I haven't. Here, let me go back and let me pause this so you can see it, and then I'll put this on. So here's the video.
It's been 18 months since he's done a show, fan. Come on.
I know it's you guys. Come on, you guys. I'm trying to figure this. I'm trying to give this up. So here's a video. You're not gonna hear the sound, but here's a video of the Batcave, and this is pretty good. I mean, you look at this. This is not small. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. The way it opens like that. I mean, that's really neat. I mean, it's look at that. The things. I mean, this is pretty neat. I don't look. I mean, wow. Look at that. It says adults welcome. I hope adults are welcome.
Did that light up, or was that?
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah. There's I think there's 3 or 4
Sweet.
light points in it, and at the back, which it didn't show. At the back, there's various little turn buttons which will open up various aspects of the cave.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's June 6th.
How much is it? I think it was what, $340, $350 or something like that.
It's about 300. It's about $450. I think it's 300 and something here in the UK.
It's really cool. So George, now this thing you have here, I had on your full frame, but you're showing that on. Trying to figure out how to get.
It's £345 in the UK, June 8th.
And that's when it comes.
Ninjago ones. Yeah, June 8th for the UK, but VIP starts on the 6th. So that's why I got the 6th, because I'm a Lego VIP, so I'll be picking out on the 6th.
Because you're a VIP.
Now, something else dropped. I want to get your guys' opinion on it. So here, first of all, you Guardians of the Galaxy fans?
Which, the first one?
The first one?
First one, yeah. First one's very good. Second one's pretty fine. Third one.
Okay, well then never mind. I like the
Hot Toys. I like the Hot Toys figures.
Okay, because I was gonna say that we've got the new Star-Lord Hot Toys figure. Obviously they're in the new team outfits. Yeah, there's Gamora, and then Nebula. I think so too. I mean, I really like the head sculpt. I think it captures the essence. And you know what's really interesting about this idea of people talk about head sculpts is that people's faces are constantly changing. So, like for instance, X06 did a Sulu figure, their mirror universe Sulu, and they captured him with this kind of grin on his face, and some people thought it was goofy, but for me, that's the precise moment where he's like, he's seducing Uhura, or he's trying to, on the bridge of the Enterprise, and he's like, when the cat's away, and it captured that that one moment in time. And I think a lot of people are used to neutral head sculpts, and even if you look at this Chris Pratt head sculpt, it's not quite neutral. He's kind of got this wry look on his face. I mean, and they're killing it with the hair and everything, but I really like this I like a head sculpt that has a little bit of something
emotion
going on beyond. I mean, neutral head sculpts are fine.
I'm kind of tired of the neutral head sculpts to be.
I'm bored with them.
Yeah, I mean, me too. And I mean, like, I look at this, just because I have it in my hand, this third party Bobby Drake. I mean, it's a little waxy because the paint ops weren't that detailed, but these neutral head sculpts, when you set a bunch of figures up and say you're going to do a diorama like you were talking about, George, if you have everybody posed in action poses, but they've got neutral, I mean, I kind of think that the next technology, how when Hot Toys introduced the purrs, you can move the eyes.
Oh, yeah, the eyes. Yeah, yep.
I would love it if somehow they had articulation in the faces, so you could literally make grins and open mouths. I don't know if they'll ever be able to do that. There's some people I've seen some stuff. Some people have, but
there's two customizers who've done it. They're $7,000 each.
Yep.
The figure.
Yeah.
Because he has an entire skeletal system, fingers, toes.
Yeah, the whole skeleton, everything. So you can open and close the mouth. Yeah.
But again, $7,000. So no.
Well, I would do that. I would get it. And I wonder if
I think those Moji cases, not the Moji cases, this new system that was on Kickstarter, it got fully. And
we might be. Your internet's gotten a little sketchy a bit. Yeah. That's okay.
Interesting. What the hell is going on?
You need to pay the bill, George. That's what's going on.
Oh, yeah, he was fine. Maybe it's on my end. I never know.
You need to put 50p in the meter, as we would say here.
Here, if I cut over to, full frame.
No, there's something weird going on.
Oh, well, that's all right. You still look good. Come on. And as long as you look good, that's all that matters. So, and then now what about third parties? Are there any third party figures you're particularly excited about?
What, I was talking 1 in 6s or just third party in general?
Oh, third party in general.
No, I've stopped my third party 1 in 6 purchases.
Yeah.
Completely. If I am going to get 1 in 6, and the if now is pretty big. It's going to be official. It's going to be a hot toy, or it's going to be an InArts. It's gonna be. I'm sort of done now with dicking around these third-party websites with third-party product that you're taking a risk half the time whether it gets here or not. I've had enough, and you can blame Toys Wonderland for that.
Yeah, I mean that is problematic, definitely. Are there? What about like 1/6 kit? I mean, something ordering from them.
My faith is gone in all of it because there's stuff I've ordered from all around the place, and I'm still waiting on all kinds of stuff that's been ordered for over 2 years. I've had enough.
Right.
I've had it. I'd rather put my faith in an established site now, and at least with Hot Toys, you kind of know where you are, and there's no problems if, for some reason, which is very rare, the Hot Toy doesn't come out. And there's been a few things on Sideshow which haven't come out, but you get an email, sorry, we're no longer stocking this product, or this product's no longer coming in, and you get a refund within 2 or 3 days. Dicking around with these third-party websites from all kinds of different countries, I just get nowhere, and I'm done.
Yeah. I have to tell you that something came out. I mean, this is a Toys Wonderland, but I wasn't expecting this. You know how
that's funny because that's what I said when I got my last shipping notice from Toys Wonderland.
Well, this came out. They did that Iron Man classic, the comic book version, and this is this new stealth. I mean, I really love this. I think this is really. Is it really? Is it? Oh, wow, I got to get it because it's available now, apparently. So, now what do you think? Would you buy this?
Oh, probably not. I'd say no.
No?
Not in any nasty way, because I love my Iron Man suits. But my Iron Man suit purchasing has got a little bit ridiculous. And I now own 7, 8.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Marks. And I even couple of weeks ago I broke my own vow, and I decided to also pre-order the I think the Mark 6, which went up for pre-order with the triangle arc reactor on the front. I said I wasn't going to get that, and I got it. I pre-ordered it.
George, what about you? Do you collect the die-cast Iron Man Hot Toys figures?
I do. I think the last one that I got was the newly released one from Iron Man 1 when he was the one with the boots. I can't remember what the name was.
Was that Mark 1? The Mark
was
1?
It the Mark 1? It wasn't the Mark. It's the one where he's
he's building.
He's got the gauntlet. He's got the gauntlet, and it's attached to the reactor.
Yeah, sure. Now, what about? Have you seen this? What do you think of I don't know if this is something that appeals to you. It's kind of a comic book. They're going back to the comic book origins. I mean, yeah. I mean, does that something that appeals to you, or do you only want
Absolutely.
to collect? Yeah.
No, I like them. I had the original one. I got rid of it. I gave it to the red one. Remember the one they did? Yeah, I like that.
That was super
beauty. The one that I'm waiting for is supposed to be here next week or the week after. I like the Mark V one, the new one where you can see the flaps.
Oh yeah, where you can see the it's like mid transformation. Yeah, it's really cool.
I love it. I think that's a great one.
Yeah. What would you? I mean, the thing about Hot Toys is they're almost exclusively Marvel. I guess a little bit of DC. They finally put out Cyborg, which I really need to get because I love Cyborg. I mean, I love, go with the Justice League. Although to me, Cyborg always will be a new Teen Titans character.
Character, yeah.
Yeah. But still, I mean, it's a bummer though that Hot Toys.
Wouldn't you just love to have an Oliver Stone? Oliver Stone?
Vic Stone.
Victor. Wouldn't you just love to have a Victor Stone, George Perez type of cyborg?
Dude, if I could get if Hot Toys could make me any super team, I would want the original lineup of the George Perez, Marv Wolfman, New Teen Titans. Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Robin
Robin would
and
be
Kid
Robin,
Flash.
yeah.
I mean because that comic, the George Perez, Marv Wolfman New Teen Titans was my favorite. I mean, I loved the Justice League growing up, but when I was teenager, the New Teen Titans were my jam, man. They were my jam.
What did you think of the Titans show? And I watched the first season. I haven't seen after that.
Go on.
Well, you know what? Some of it, for me, it was very hit and miss. Like I liked a lot of it, and I didn't like a lot of it, because you know what? Here's the thing. This is going to seem really strange for me to say. I loved the TV series Friday Night Lights. I loved it, even though I'm not particularly into football. But Coach Taylor and his wife, it was a very, to me, uplifting, family-oriented show that normally isn't my. I'm usually watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre or some exploitation film from Europe. I'd get canceled that I like or that I even own. But I loved Friday Night Lights, and to me, if I did a Teen Titans series, the tone of it would be like Friday Night Lights.
Oh, okay.
It would be, you had this group of superheroes they were truly friends that really loved and cared for one another, and yet they have to fight Trigon, Raven's father.
Because the first season, like I said, that's the one I ended. It was darker than that. It was not.
No, it was so, and I was like, come on, man, that was never.
The first episode had Robin like cracking bones, doing the whole dark path.
And that's fine, but it wasn't the Teen Titans that I knew and fell in love with. I mean, Wonder Girl, Donna Troy was married. She had a husband, and she had a loving relationship, and it was just a different vibe. And I think that what the MCU did at its best was make us all believe that superheroes like the Avengers could be in our world.
Right.
The way it was shot in New York, and everyone used to complain like, "Oh, the cinematography is so boring," and I'm like, "No, it makes you believe that those characters could be in our world now," and they were
relatable. They were relatable as well, but both with their flaws, even with their powers. I mean, they were relatable. Like you could say, "Hey." Even when they would do the little Easter eggs, when you'd see the camera pan, all of a sudden you see a spray painting of Iron Man on the wall.
Right.
I mean, but things like that actually made it real. I think that's one of the major problems with Phase 4.
Nothing
feels real.
It's all cosmic bullshit now. There's no grassroots superheroes anymore.
No, and you go back and watch. I was watching even Captain America: The First Avenger. Which is a little bit more fantastical, World War, but the character of Steve, like when he sits down with Erskine, and the night before he has the super soldier serum, and it's just two guys talking. The doctor's like, here's a drink, and you can't have that drink.
Oh, not
because,
for you.
It's not for you, for me. And you're watching this, and it's like, okay, these are real characters. And like even the evolution of the Ant-Man movies, like I love the first Ant-Man, and if you think about it, the end action scene, they're shrunken down on a toy train in Scott Lang's daughter's bedroom, and they're fighting on a toy train, which is absurd, but it's still real. But by the time you get to the quantum realm and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, like what is all of this? Like all the charm and the thing that made me love those Ant-Man movies is fun heist films is not there anymore. And it's not even an Ant-Man movie. It's Michelle Pfeiffer's relationship with Kang. And I'm just like, what the whole point was that, here's the thing that I think Marvel has lost. Every Marvel movie, for the most part, was about the main character as a human being going through something. Iron Man 1, Tony Stark has a crisis of conscience. He's this playboy, rich genius, and then he almost gets killed by his own ordinance. And even at the end of the movie, he's fighting one guy for his own soul and the soul of his company. And it's all personal. All of it's personal. So you're watching the story of a human being learning how to be a better human being. Now it's like the big mistake that all of these franchises make is the movies wind up being about the franchise itself. Star Wars movies are just about Star Wars. Like, The Mandalorian, his journey is very cursory. You know, it's so surface oriented. Because you never see Pedro Pascal really with the mask off. I understand that's part of the whole thing, but it's very surfacey. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when you get to Thor: Love and Thunder, which to me I almost walked out of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh.
And
yeah, I see why.
and it's like the really interesting thing about that is here they had this Gore the God Butcher who has it could have been a really interesting story about a brilliant character, a man who's renounced God or gods, whatever, and you never get it's all a goof. The whole movie was just a goof, and I liked Ragnarok.
But did you like Infinity Cones?
Yeah, no.
No.
I mean, I'll tell you something. You go back and you watch Infinity War and Endgame, those movies are wildly entertaining. And it's like the culmination of seeing something that writ large on the big screen, like reading one of the great crossovers with all the superheroes in it. And then you get to Endgame too, and there's like scenes where Steve Rogers just sits down with Natasha and says, "How are you?"
She's gutted, and he's just like, "Well, you don't really want my cooking."
and it's just they take time. He's like, "Yeah, I saw whales in the East River today."
Right. I mean, you had those moments though, but then you jump from there to
Tony coming back and Tony being broken and emaciated and just absolutely felt as if he'd let down and failed.
Everyone.
And Steve's trying to be the positive influence he is. We'll keep trying. He's like, we did, and we got our asses kicked.
Right.
And it's just those are great human moments. We haven't got human characters anymore. They are just all goofballs. It's all stupid. It's all one-liners. It's all nobody's earned anything. Oh yeah, this is 17-year-old Cassie. Cassie's just found out how to drop a fucking Hubble telescope into the quantum realm because she read a book. It's just like, oh, fuck off. Oh, look, here's Ironheart. Ironheart is a 15-year-old, MIT student who's just suddenly made her own art reactors out of bubble gum and fucking shit. And it's just like, oh, fuck, there's no grounding in reality. There's no arcs. There's no character development anymore. We're literally told what the character is, and we're told we're meant to like them, and there's nothing likable or relatable to them, and the stories aren't engaging. So how can we like these characters with a non-engaging character with no arc and a story that's absolute dog shit surrounding it? Is it any wonder they're all so miserable?
Right,
I thought the Guardians 3 was meh. I thought it was meh. But I thought it was meh because it never committed really to one tone.
No, it was all over the place.
All over the place when it came to tone. And so I was so frustrated watching it because if it lent into the real tone of what it, you could have had a darker Guardians film, but it would have made sense in the long run because the payoffs at the end would have meant more. But when you're doing the whole rocket thing and then you're juxtaposing it next to Mantis being a goof, and then suddenly 1 second Star-Lord's calling Gamora a big dickhead, and then the next minute Star-Lord's like an asshole, and then the next minute he's just an angry man, and you're just like, I can't get to grips with any of these tones. They don't make any sense. That you're not progressing the tone. You're going tone this scene, tone that scene, tone this scene, and it's not making any logical sense. And so it just got frustrating for me that by the end of it, even my normie mate was just like,
what is this?
There's a film, it's a film.
But I think the problem is I mean, you've cataloged a great list. Is that they also in this phase had started to disrespect the prior characters in films. I mean, you saw it in Loki. And they pull the drawer open. It's like, oh, there's some Infinity Stones. It's like you're talking about the culmination of phase 1 through 3, and these things are just now fucking paperweights.
Well, that was another thing to me. I think Loki strained the time variance authority and everything was too far. I think it actually broke the Marvel universe because we talked about the credibility that it established by being set in the real world. Loki is firmly in fantasy comic book land.
Well, they're bringing it back. It's got a second season.
Yeah, and I think that's like, look, at the end of the day, and I don't know the answer to this, but you had half the population of the Earth and half the population of the universe snapped away. And I know you can't put this in a movie, or what would it do to the people of Earth? You come back and you realize that there's cosmic forces out there that can make human beings disappear at an instant. You have no idea. Imagine most of the world had no idea the Avengers are fighting Thanos. They don't know that there's extraterrestrial presence. They don't know Skrulls have been on Earth for 25 years. They don't know anything about the Celestials. And all of a sudden, you get snapped away. You come back after 5 years. The human population of Earth would have been completely traumatized.
No,
the religions.
That's why the sacrifice play at the end. The sacrifice play at the end was Tony had to give up his daughter to bring everybody back at the exact moment that everybody got snapped.
Right.
So you're literally wiping out the last 5 years, and the payoff would have been he would have died, but just before he would have died, you would have had Pepper tell him that she's pregnant.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that would have been the payoff. So the daughter will be born, and so he can like do his sacrifice and die happy. But that's what the sacrifice play should have been.
No, I agree,
because they have messed up everything with the snap. The whole thing with the snap's been messed up.
well, also, you now have celestials in the skies above Earth. The religions of the world, people would be freaking out because all of our belief systems would be shattered.
Of course.
And
I'd be like,
And the thing for me, let me just bring it back.
and one in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right, and you got a celestial crack, and if the geologist would have been, wow, if he wasn't turned to stone, the planet would have come apart. But the thing about it is, like, what has bummed me out is, like, sometimes it just made my enthusiasm for the Marvel Hot Toys wane.
Well,
Yes.
of course.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it for me. Killed it.
Yeah, I agree. I used to buy them all. I used to.
didn't
I
get
mean,
the
I went
Ant-Man.
cuckoo. I
Yeah.
would go cuckoo, but I would pre-order everything.
Pretty much.
And now I don't anymore.
And then
It's like,
the Eternal, the couple of Eternals, no. The Ant-Man stuff, no. The Black Widow, no. What else do we have? Doctor Strange, no.
oh god, that killed it for me.
The Guardians stuff, which has come out, haven't touched that. It's done. The only one that I got was the Mark 6 Iron Man suit, because an A, that's from Avengers.
Right.
So, and B, it's Tony Stark's Iron Man, which is a great character.
Right. But that's the funny thing. I mean, it all Star Wars killed my enthusiasm for Star Wars figures. I mean, Mandalorian season 3, I was getting all the Mando figures. I'm like, I'm kind of done with that.
But
you
see,
know.
look, I got this 2 days ago, right? And I thought I would have been thrilled. I got the Luke from Mando.
Yep.
The Luke came in, right? But when I looked at the face,
Oh, let me go full front.
they give you the actual computer generated face from the season 2 finale.
Right. Yeah.
I actually cancelled my Luke.
You did?
Well,
I
for
did.
me, having Jedi, the Return of the Jedi Luke figure is enough. Like
Well, I
it's
love that one.
Yeah.
it's essentially the same.
My point is that they're pushing people. They're pushing people like us who, when you have collectors, we're obsessive. You find
Us,
a
George,
series
obsessive?
Yeah, you find something you love and you want to collect. You want to get the entire set. But as they start destroying the IP, you no longer want to collect anything in there. It's like I had the 2 original Mandalorian figures. And then you go into season 2, and then you go into the Book of Boba Fett, and you're like, I don't care about this anymore.
Right.
They rip the heart out of it.
Oh, I haven't cancelled it, but I only put a deposit on.
Oh,
So I would have to pay the full amount, the remaining amount.
for which Luke? For the Bespin Luke? Or for the...
No. I want the Bespin Luke.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the.
I already have that. I've got the first
Mando
release.
Luke. Yeah, you got the first release. Yeah, I mean the Mando Luke. Yeah, I'm.
I mean, the one I was just showing that.
Yeah,
Luke?
I've just hit cancel.
I will tell you though, the body, it's a great body, and they did give a good outfit. I just don't like what they've done with the series. Also, Hot Toys keeps making this same bloody mistake, which I don't understand. The boots, you see the boots?
Yep.
They did the
No
pleather
split
again.
cup. No split cup.
And no split cup, but they did pleather again. And that people have told them forever and a day. 2 to 3 years, it starts to flake and it starts to rip.
Yeah. They don't listen. By the way, I have to just point out, Martino Simoni sent in a $200 tip.
Blimey, Charlie.
And Martino says it feels like 2021 again, but with more toys.
Heyo.
Well, January 26, 2022, but I'll accept it. The judges will accept
Pretty
it.
near
Martino,
enough. Yeah.
Martino, you're a prince among lesser men. I don't know what to say. How your generosity and help has got me through the year. Thank you for that, and that was very nice of you. Alexander Dukas is a new member. Alexander Dukas, and our friend Manowar 665, neighbor of the Beast. Man, I haven't seen that in a while. I haven't seen you in a while, sir. You're a PGS hero. You've been a member for 23 months. You've never been gone. He says.
I don't even know what the message is, but I know that that's my response.
I
know it's got something to do with the scale wars. I know it's got something to do with 1 in 12 supremacy.
He says.
He's claiming victory.
He says, I've never trusted size queens, and I never will. I could never forgive them for the death of my toys. That's a little Kirk reference from Star Trek III: The Search for Spock.
Yeah.
Veteran of the Scale Wars. Veteran of the Scales, he says.
Crazy.
Or what's that? Star Trek 6.
Star Trek 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Action Figure World says, finally we're talking toys again. But it happened in, Death of My Toys, Star Trek 3. It's Death of My Boy. So funny. Damn it, Spock, who's been a member for 7 months, says, I'm currently living through these 1/6 themed videos. My entire collection is in storage, and I have serious withdrawal symptoms. Why is your entire... Damn it, Spock! Why is your collection in storage? I don't know. Manowar 665, Neighbor of the Beast, says, in honor of the great bird of the Playmobil Galaxy's brilliant epilogue, this salubrious detente in the wastes of Nevada between you and I, Rob, still stands. Well, okay, Neighbor of the Beast, I'm glad. I think Martino Simoni did a fine job fighting the scale wars. We got to give it up for him. Our friend Brother Cousins. Oh, this is Brother Cousins. By the way, I owe him his Joker. Brother Cousins says, I agree dioramas are the next step once you have a great collection of 1/6 scale figures. So he agrees. Sandy Q says, great to see you sexy boys with your toys. Well, Sandy Q, I'm happy to oblige. Norwegian Kryptonian says, George 7 is available for purchase on the Exo 6 site.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to go check it out now.
It's not a show unless you buy something.
He's got to step out. He's recovering from being poorly. And
Are you going to leave us?
I'm going to leave. Yeah, but I'll see y'all next week. I should be 100% next week.
All right, George.
Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, George. This was great to have you.
Thank you. Great to be on your channel.
Yeah, it was great to have you here, man.
I'll see y'all next week.
Adios.
I always love it.
Yep. Bye-bye, George. I will see you later. George is gone.
Come join me.
I'm going to come. Just hold on. I got to just take it. I need you to entertain the masses, and I'm going to come join you.
Oh, well, do you want me to show you something then?
I want show me how you do that trick. The one that made me scream.
Which is going into the G1 pre-Transformers the movie collection. This is the fans' toys version of Blaster.
Wow. Did you get that this week?
Just came today. Just arrived today. And this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I put the Autobot logo on.
But of course.
Because I want it to look as cartoon accurate as possible. That's why I've got the cartoon accurate head. However, it does come with the toy/comic head. UK comic head if you want to switch out the heads to look more like that. Plus an array of different facial expressions to be turned, and it does actually come with one of the cassettes.
Well, that is quite cool.
Oh, it's just a beautiful mixture of die cast and plastic.
Now is that third party or is that licensed?
This is Fans Toys. Toys. It's third party. This is, I think, technically called the Recorder or Recorder, but this is obviously the G1 Blaster. Fans Toys quality is second to none. It really, really is. They are so brilliantly put together. These and Blaster. Oh man, I have wanted this toy all my life. I loved Blaster as a kid. We never even got the G1 Blaster toy in the UK. It never released in the UK. Yeah. So I couldn't even if I wanted to. Likelihood is I wouldn't have been able to afford it. But even if I wanted to, I wouldn't have been able to purchase it. So the only way that so my sort of love of Blaster came through from the comics, with some great storylines with the mechanic and the little nanobot things which are eating away at them. So this toy, I've been waiting all my life for this, and today I hold it in my hand, and it's going to go over there after this show into that phenomenal collection that I got going with the Transformers. So I am a very, very happy bunny right now.
Well, I love that. Now look at this. I told you I got the I was getting the third party X-Men figures from this guy, right? Yeah. One of the things I also got from him, he asked me if I wanted it. I said yes, I do. Was this? You know what? I don't know. Probably. I wanted a 6 scale Doctor Doom, and I thought this was pretty damn cool. So I had to get, yeah. Oh yeah. It's there's so much cool stuff, but I had to get this, and then at the same time, I believe this is look at this. You'll love this. I got this from him too. And this is custom. Little Jason Momoa, Aquaman.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
Which I love, And
I went with the Aquaman movie one to get him in the green and gold.
Yeah, but I needed the Justice League version. So,
Well, I know. I want to have a Zack Snyder Justice League, inverted commas. I mean, using the characters.
Right.
But I want it to be a true Justice League.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll be using like the Ben Affleck Batman, the red and blue suit Superman, the gold and green Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
I will probably, most likely, get the Flash from the Flash movie 1 in 6.
Yeah.
And put that version of the Flash costume with them and sort of create the Justice League that should have been.
Also, the I think he gave me the multiple, the underwater head sculpt too. So, it's
under the sea.
I love all.
You're gonna put him into like a fish tank or something.
You could. I guess I could if I wanted to. Or not. I don't know.
Or not.
I have no idea. And then also, which is kind of weird, when I got this from him, talk about dioramas, dude. This is my favorite. So he encouraged, when I bought this collection off of him, he just put in things, and I'm like, where did you get these? And this when I opened this up, I thought this was absolutely hysterical. So he gave me a bag of 6 scale products like
Nice.
like instead of honeycombs, Harry combs.
Yeah,
Breakfast
nice.
cereal.
Okay. Okay.
Which is so funny. Gripe nuts cereal instead of grape nuts, which I thought is pretty damn amusing. And I guess what are these, animal crackers or something. So I never thought that I would really dog food. So you can, if you've got Cosmo or whatever, you get Cosmo, you can have 6-scale dog food. Which hey, you never know. You never know when something like that's going to roll in and you're going to need it.
There you go. That's another thing. That Cosmo joke in Guardians 3 that went on for the whole film.
Yeah.
Why? It wasn't funny. Anyway, last week I showed off Wheeljack, the Tomi Takara Wheeljack that I'd bought, and the issue, not the issue, because it's a great figure, but I was like, there's something a little bit off with this, and that was because the Tomi Takara masterpiece Wheeljack came in the toy color scheme, the toy Lancia Stratos color scheme. What I didn't know at the time, which I found out very quickly, was they actually did a plus version of it. I think it's the MP40 Plus, which was the Wheeljack, but in the cartoon colors. So it's actually arrived. So the whole glasses changed there to blue. The whole head and the
so that's what that's
green braid.
Now that's different from what you showed last week, which it has. So that it had the real colors, but those are the cartoon colors, dude. Let me go full on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So these are cartoon colors, whereas last week you get the Lancia Stratos color scheme with Lancia on it as well. So to get Wheeljack in the cartoon, because like I said, I'm trying to get it as cartoon accurate as I possibly can. To get it in the cartoon was just like brilliant. The only difference is, I believe, from what I can remember on the cartoon, the 539 was actually came there on its transformation. Whereas in reality, they could only put it here because it's actually attached to the door. So I don't think they would have been able to anyway. So I think that's the only sort of like difference there. But yeah, it's just great to have that. So we've got Blaster and Wheeljack now going into that, and I only have probably about 4 to go, and that's going to be the whole of the Autobots G1 pre-Transformers the movie.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, did you get Unicron, the HasLabs Unicron? I always ask you that. I always forget.
No, I missed out.
Are you going to buy one day?
I look from time to time, but at 1,200, well, 1,600 quid.
The answer is always yes, as. The answer is always yes.
350. It used to be until I decided I wanted to buy a house.
Yeah, that's true. Having a house is better because that means you'll have more room to display shit.
Exactly. Then I can get reckless again.
Yeah, it's like I think of you. There's somebody online, and so you walk into the basement of this house, and they have an entire Lego city. Have you seen this? Is that who?
Brixie. Yeah. I think that's Brixie. I watch Brixie every day.
Oh, whatever that is, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. The whole house, the whole basement. You walk downstairs.
The whole basement. Yeah. It's just. That sounds like Brixie to me. I watch his videos every day.
Incredible. I mean,
just watched it before the show. Just watched his video for today before the show.
Elizabeth would never let me do anything like that. So I'm in the garage. all of my stuff.
I'm torturing myself with houses, looking at houses I can't buy yet because I've just started to put money aside, and I'm sort of looking at garages and I'm looking at sellers because I'm just like, if I get a garage, that's not for a car.
No,
that's gonna get. But if the house is like a garage and a cellar, then it's just like, all right, well maybe we turn the garage into a home gym, and then we get the cellar done up, lit up, get the humidifiers.
Yeah, like
in.
I mean, this garage, the Robservatory in a garage is a little ramshackle around here, but I would love to drywall it off. What I really want to do is if I ever had enough money, rebuild this garage and make the bottom part a dedicated home theater, a giant home theater, and then I'd make a second story that would be a really nice office with all of this stuff in it, arranged better, and then the top of it would be just a deck that you could, I'd have a grill on there and you could go up there and barbecue and stuff. That's a dream. Because the home theater equipment, I priced it out. The equipment I would need for the theater I want to build is like $500,000. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But it could one day.
I'm sort of like, if I want this sort of size house that I want, I'm gonna be working till I'm 158. To be able to get that.
Yeah.
But I got a couple more.
Ooh, let's see what
now
you got.
these aren't fans toys. I think these are called Make Toy, the company, and I've got two more, and these are going into the Decepticon army, and we've got their version of Ramjet.
Wow, that's cool.
Which is really
now. Is this
cool.
the same company that you just showed?
This is a completely different company than Fans Toys. This is, I think, Make Toys or Make something like that, and they're doing some of the stuff which Fans Toys aren't putting out at the moment because Fans Toys are doing exceedingly well for getting their stuff out. But Make Toys, there you go, Make Toys, yeah. And they've got like Acid Storm out and Sunstorm, Sunstorm, Acid Storm, Ion Storm's coming. So I picked up the Sunstorm and Acid Storm, and I like them. So I thought, well, let's pick up their version of Ramjet, and that just came out, and that arrived today. And it also came out with another, which is their version of Thrust. So
that is fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah, these are fantastic. So there's only Dirge.
Now, is that a combination of plastic and die-cast? Is just plastic?
Yes. Yeah, this actually is. These thighs are die-cast thighs.
Wow.
This is like plastic here, but all across the back here and the groinal area and all down there, all this is die-cast. So it does actually have a little bit. It's less die-cast than, say, a Fans toy, but still, it has it in the right places. The articulation is insane. You can really, really articulate these. The flexibility of them, great stiff joints. These have always got really nice stiff joints, and they look fantastic. They look absolutely fantastic. So to have the thrust as well is superb. So like I said, I think Dirge is the only one that I need to complete the additional seekers that came in, which is if I slide across, you can.
By the way, I have to say, at a catch sound, Bob Kowal says, I have a 1-to-1 scale Dodge Journey in my garage.
Heyo.
By the way, I have to point out, if you don't follow Bob Kowal on Facebook, you should, because every year he does these monstrously elaborate, he turns his whole house into like he builds monsters coming out of his roof, like giant. His Halloween setup is second to none. He spends all year doing it, and he documents the journey on his Facebook page. So Bob Kowal, Kowal, he's been a member of the channel for a long time. It's good to see you here, Bob. And I every year I look forward to seeing the pictures of what he does. It's amazing.
No, I don't have a gold bug. The only gold bug available at the moment is the Takara one. Having seen the Fans Toys version of Cliff Jumper, I'm really excited for what they could do to go to Bumblebee, and fingers crossed they also do a gold bug as well.
Now, do you have all of the Fans Toys Transformers?
Not all. I do possess a fair few. I think currently, without the variants that you can get, and I think there's been 56 out so far. They're all thereabouts.
56? Now, okay, what's the average price of a Fans Toys Transformer.
I would say, okay, so the smaller one, right? I can give you a range, like the mini bots,
Yep.
which are still good size. You will probably pick those up for around about let's just say 100.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Because some could be slightly lower, but some could be up to like 120. So
Okay.
like the cliff jumper, I think the cliff jumper was 110, but that cliff jumper I think is absolutely unreal good. The brawn, bueno. Sea spray, so good. They're so fucking good. The Dynamots, because they're sort of the size, relatively size accurate in terms of how they are in the cartoon. So
right.
like, you know, the fans toys Jetfire, Skyfire is fucking huge.
Yeah,
The Dinobots are huge comparative to the others. And they, I would say about 160, 170 pounds on average for an average fans toys, but you're getting a very well done die cast for the most part, most of it being die cast, really trying to get as cartoon accurate as possible while having good variations, weaponry, accessories that you might have seen in the cartoons as well, face change, expression changes. So yeah, it's the blaster I think came in at a relatively decent price. I think the blaster is about 140.
That's not bad.
Now,
but 50, if you had all 50, dude, that's an investment.
I mean, dude, this has got weight. This is chonk.
He looks chonky. He looks. You can see it's die cast, and
you can feel you're holding the quality when you lift this up. You're holding the quality. This has got weight because it's pretty much die cast everywhere on these things here. Yeah, you know, the arms are plastic. It got die cast, and it's so, you know, you got the die cast feet. It's so weighty. And the articulation levels on these, and yeah, some of them are pretty complex on the transformations, but they're pretty complex because they really tried to get the great robot form from the cartoon and also be as accurate as they can do to the transformation.
Sure.
So yeah, so there's lots of smoke and mirrors with like, let's just say blaster, for instance. You know, you got the speakers there. But, you know, the real speakers that are going to go on the transformation are probably inside. If I open up the leg, there's so much on the inside of the leg to come out and tweak and turn and twist. And
it's great, though.
You know, so yeah, so I think they got Scourge is coming. The Fans Toys version of Scourge is coming soon, which I'm looking forward to that. But if I was to work out, I've got the if I could just do a quick thing, I've got both Galvatrons, toy color version and movie version. Cyclonus, Scourge, Triple Changer. I got Springer. I've got Hot Rod. I've got Cup. I've got Blur. I've got RC. I've got Outback. Ultra Magnus is an X Trans Toys, which is an unbelievable version of Ultra Magnus. Then in there, it's insane. We've got Huffer, Sea Spray, Cliff Jumper, Brawn, Mirage, Beachcomber, Fourth Party Optimus Prime, Perceptor, Jazz, all 5 Dinobots, Grimlock, Slag, Sludge, Snarl, Swoop, 3 of the aerial bots, Air Raid, Silverbolt. Can't remember the third one that they've released, but there's still 2 more of those to come. All Fans Toys. The Robot Paradise Soundwave, which is a reskin of the Fans Toys version, but a little bit better. I believe a 4th party doing a little bit better. The Megatron, Headmasters, Natural, Mindswipe. 4 out of the 5 Menasors, because the 5th hasn't come out yet. Down there, the Blitz. No, that's Star Toys. So I got there's a lot.
Well, let me ask you this. Somebody asked, do you have any of the Drew G says, what do you think of the shattered glass mirror universe Transformers?
Not my thing. I don't tend to go for the Hasbro. I'm not trying to sound snobby here, by the way, but I don't go for the Hasbro plastic ones. I just don't find. I got some. I don't find the quality particularly good. So I have to sort of direct myself what I want to do with the Transformers. So, like I said, I'm being very focused on just as cartoon accurate as possible, pre-Transformers the movie. So we're talking 84, 85.
Yep.
The cartoon, but essentially cartoon season 1 and 2. Cartoon season 1 and 2 Autobots, cartoon season 1 and 2 Decepticons. That's my first main priority. And like I said, I think I'm only about fans toys, all one word, I believe, though.
Right.
But I think I'm only like 4 away from the completion of the Autobot. I think I got Pipes, and there's a couple, I forget their names. There's about 1, 2, I think there's 4, and they're just the mini bots version.
Okay.
It's still going to come through at like 5.5 inches or something.
Andy LDN says, have we seen the So-So Toys Boss Man? Have we?
Yeah, I got it.
I do too. That figure is one of the best third-party figures ever.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
For those of you, it's Vincent D'Onofrio's as Kingpin, as Wilson Fisk. And what's great about the figure is it comes with an beautiful all-white suit, but then it also comes with the same suit if you want, splattered in blood, and it has a second head sculpt splattered in blood, so you can have him pre-murder and post-murder, depending on how you want. He's, if I ever get my Module case set up, I want to do all of the Marvel. I have 3 different Thanoses, so I'd have
same.
Sitting. I want to have, because I've got his throne, and then I want to have encircled with all of the Marvel villains, like in the center, and then all the heroes circling around them, and make it look like one. I mean, it would be across a DF-120 and a DF-120 and whatchamacallit, and 2 DF-60s. So do a whole tab. Oh,
that's the Fans Toys Omega Supreme.
Dude, how big is that?
This is fucking huge. So if I just push my chair back, I still cannot get it all in screen. Here's my head. This is my head between Omega Supreme's legs. And this, can I just say, is heavy, Robert. Very heavy indeed. But this won't even fit in the Module case. It's too tall. I didn't think
of course.
I mean, tall. But the tracks here, this just takes it slightly over. Slightly over. And they are going to release a Fortress Maximus. And they've already released the head for it. Cerebus, the head.
You have to buy it in
and
pieces.
The head is huge. Yeah, well, the head's coming first, and then the body's coming second. And I think that's going to be 2.5 foot. Like 2.5 foot tall. That's going to be,
wow.
It's going to be way bigger. It's going to be bigger than the Omega Supreme.
Dude, I didn't know you had that Transformer. That thing is amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get the Unicron someday. You're going to have to get it. You're going to have to get it.
I want it in a same scale. I'll need to buy the city.
Yeah.
I mean, this town. I'll need
have
to buy the
whole
the village and yeah.
Planet Earth. Admiral Terrier Mork, our great friend. Terrier has been a member for 25 months, says, come on now. Third party for the win. Some of my all-time favorites are third party. Figures like Omni-Man, David Bowie, the Starship Troopers figures, Jack Torrance. So much awesome. Well, I mean, I guess...
they are good. I just fear about when and if they arrive.
Yeah. But I mean, like, those third-party Transformers even are great, too. Because usually the thing about third-party figures is they're made by people who just love the figures. I mean, like So-So Toys that making that Boss Man, everything that So-So Toys has made, they've just gotten better and better and better and better and better. I mean, they rival Hot Toys, I think.
Yeah.
1-6 Shooter says, I'd love to see a show like Marvel's, the comic series Marvels, that takes place before, during, and after the snap from the POV of normies. That would be, I think that's a great idea. I would, you know what? I would love to see a series just like that. I've been talking about something similar, but looking at the Marvel Cinematic Universe from the normal perspective, people's points of view, the human perspective, and what it means. I mean, I would think that the government would create some kind of a group, call it a troubleshooting group, if you will, but a group that would keep the planet together by sort of dealing with extraterrestrial or mystical or some kind of threats, but they're not like the X-Files, but something like
me out this one shot, for God's sake. You're freaking me out, man.
Something like that. But that would be cool. Thomas Logan says, if Hot Toys announces a John Krasinski Reed Richards figure from Multiverse of Madness, it would sell out quickly. Same goes for a Lee Pace Ronan the Accuser. Oh, I have a Ronan the Accuser figure. I keep forgetting I was going to show that. I have a third-party Ronan the Accuser. It's so funny. It's sitting on a box over there. I keep forgetting I even bought it. Every time I walk by, I'm like, wow, I have a Ronan the Accuser figure. I've never even taken it out of the box. I should go get it.
I just went onto my Transformers site. So I was just going to look at the 4 ones that I have on pre-order that would complete that collection. Just come up for pre-order. Ultra Magnus, the Fans Toys Ultra Magnus.
The whole thing?
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
How much is it?
Has just come up for pre-order, and also the Fans Toys Blitzwing has just gone up for pre-order. And I bought the Stars Toys Blitzwing, and I thought it's fantastic. So the Fans Toys version, I gotta see. I have to see. I gotta get them because I gotta see how. I mean, I can share the screen, can't I? Yeah. Let's just just do that. There you go. So that is the Ultra Magnus.
Now,
I mean, this is not the color. They haven't put the color in. This is
right.
Not going to be grey, but this is what it's going to actually look like. So this is how the schematics have already worked it out for the trans. So that does come will transform fully into the.
Now, how much is this?
It doesn't say at the moment.
Of course not.
I'm reckoning that's going to be about 220, 230 pounds.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, considering it's going to be size-wise, it's going to be big boy. And it is going to be heavy on the die-cast as well. Most likely have some electronics in there, too. There'll be some probably light-up features on that for the eyes, maybe, and... But yeah. Oh, yeah. Please. And the one that I have, the X Transbots one that I have is superb. I seem to have lost my camera.
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's okay. I just need to click it back on here.
No. Let me I just got another photograph that I want to show you of this Ultra Magnus figure that shows more than you just showed, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Because the X Transbots Ultra Magnus is phenomenal.
Look at that. Oh, okay. So does it come with like? Does it come with like the? Does it transform into the truck?
Yeah. I mean, look. If you put it back, you go back to. If you go back to that image.
Okay. it's crazy. Yeah. So
Magnus in his white form. So
okay.
that Ultra Magnus will combine with the other to create the big Ultra Magnus.
Wow, dude.
So that Optimus will be the cab. That will be the cab, and the cab will combine sort of like the toy. The cab will combine with that to create that Ultra Magnus that you saw.
Bruh. Come on.
Bruh.
Wow.
But the X Transbots one doesn't even need that.
Right, okay.
That is Ultra Magnus, and then that just transforms into, you sort of split the layers away to get the cab through, and then
yeah.
These are some very, very well done toys.
Amazing. By the way, I didn't answer Thomas's question. I wouldn't mind a John Krasinski Reed Richards. I would buy that. I would. Bill Tackett became a member of the channel
in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, he has spaghetti effect. He comes with the spaghetti effect. S Beam says, fully articulated, welcome back. 200 Watt Studio says, Rob, I was kidding yesterday about The Force Awakens being better than To Live and Die in LA. The opposite of true is true, of course. Don't butter me up. I know what you believe. Martino Sumloni says, Manowar 665, neighbor of the beast. Hail, brother. So we are caught up on all of that. Listen, I actually have to go because it's almost noon. What do you have coming up?
We've both got Drinker in about an hour. Drinker's open bar. Do you want to quickly hear my dilemma though before we wrap?
Oh yes. No, is that Drinker's open bar for everybody visiting? It's his anniversary show.
Yeah, this is the anniversary show today. I'm up first because I'm going to go to bed.
Yes, all right. I was going to come in later. What is, ladies and gentlemen, a new segment on Fully Articulated. This is Az's Dilemma.
I got an email today from Spec Fiction. I was on the wait list for the. I just want to make sure I get the XM Studios.
Oh.
Optimus Prime. And they said, we've got one. Robert.
The answer is yes. It's yes. There's no dilemma.
£2,800.
Click. Click. Click.
You know, right. Thank you. You've just done the right thing.
Click.
Not to purchase. I'm not going to get it.
What?
But no. Hear me out. I said to myself, because I'm looking to purchase a house, I've got a 2-year plan. I'm looking to purchase a house.
Yeah, to put that Optimus in.
Whenever I get one of these dilemmas, whenever I'm in one of these situations where I would have gone, right, I'm going to get that. What I do is I will take that money and I will transfer it into the mortgage fund instead.
Really? That's so responsible of you.
Yeah, it's been.
Oh, look at this. This is going to be a meme. The sad ass meme. No one knows what it's like to be the sad man.
It's such a nice.
Behind blue eyes.
Look,
behind Az's eyes.
I have the Rodimus Prime XM Studio statue. That was my Christmas present to me. I have already paid off the Galvatron XM Studios statue. I am going to be content to just have Rodimus facing off against Galvatron on the statue.
Well, I first of all, I have to say that there's a time in our lives where we all have to grow up, show a certain level of maturity.
I don't like it.
I must say that I'm proud of you, Az. That doesn't mean the philosophy of the show has changed.
No.
The answer is still yes.
The answer
still
is
yes.
always yes.
The answer is always yes.
I need the how. I need that. I want my 2-year plan to happen.
I think it can. I think it can. Even though secretly I'm still like, click.
Oh yeah, as soon as the stream ends, I'm just gonna fucking buy it.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Well, on that note, I have actually a viewer that I have never met that has come to my house all the way from the East Coast to pick up a puppy.
Okay, make sure you got your camera on. Make sure it's on at the whole time. Make sure that you can see yourself at all times. Make sure everything. Make sure you take in. Make sure that you make a recording of that license plate. Make sure that you're protected and covered. I've been watching way too much real life crime YouTube recently.
No, he's a good guy. People have to put deposits and all that. Unless he's an axe murderer. He seems like the nicest guy in the world. So it's sad because he picked. So for those of you who don't know, we purposely bred 2 of our dogs to have puppies to sell them, to defray our mortgage costs. But because of that, our puppy had 8 puppies. We weren't expecting 8. And we have taken extraordinarily great care of these puppies and brought them up. We've potty trained them. We've trained them around the other dogs. They're very friendly around people. They are the cutest puppies in the world. You can see it on Instagram if you want. But every time one goes, and this person picked one of the smaller dogs, a female dog, who is one of the most rambunctious and sweetest of the lot. He named her Rory, and we've grown very attached to her, and she will be leaving us today. And it is a sad day. It is a sad, but a joyous day at the same time. But yeah, I've never met him. He's here now, and I'm going to go see him. I'm going to go meet him. Him and his fiance decided to get
a photo of that license plate. It uploads immediately to the cloud.
I will do that. I think he's a good guy, though.
Make sure your wife's locked away behind the door, so if anything goes wrong, she can immediately call 911.
It's true. I will do that. And you go buy that Optimus.
No, but I will transfer some money into the mortgage fund because of that.
That's good. I too started like an Acorns account where every time I buy something, some money goes into the Acorns account, and I've been putting money over there too.
Well, I don't buy the thing. I just put the money into the account.
Yeah. Well, I do that too, but whenever I buy something,
the logic is, without trying to extend the time because I know he's here, but the logic is, Robert, I'm saying to myself, look at what you save by not doing it.
Yes, no, it's true. And it'll go into something you'll have for the rest of your life, equity and all that.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, I want to thank everybody who was here join us. We had almost at one point over 500 people. So that's pretty great for bringing Fully Articulated back. It's been a little fits and starts. I thank you for putting up with my flakiness, I appreciate that. Next week on your channel?
Next week, Hot Toys, 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 Central, 1 Eastern. No doubt there will be more stuff coming as I'm currently involved in a Lego build right next to me as well.
I couldn't finish it by today's build, or by today's show, but I will have the Starship Andromeda Space Battleship Andromeda next week finished, because if I don't, Elizabeth's going to throw the whole thing out. She's like, I don't want a 4.5 foot spaceship model in my kitchen. So I've got to finish it, get it out. But she doesn't know that I've got one right behind it in the cupboard. She has no idea that it's all part. She has no clue. And I'll be like, I moved one, baby. I got to finish the second one. I want to thank Lord Toth and Justin Tona for being here. Tom Jr. Jackson was doing his live stream, but thanks for that. And thanks for everybody who supported the channel via super chats and tips and all those things. Very much appreciated. It was great to come back here with Az on this channel. Fully Articulated is back. And the next show that I'm bringing back from the grave is Whining About Movies with Elizabeth, where we share a bottle of wine and talk about movies. So that's coming back. And then all the shows that have been retired from the Burnett work for literally years are coming back. So that's very exciting. And I want to thank you all for being here. So, yeah, and you know what? The answer is always yes. And if you're on the fence about buying something, unless you're saving for a house, buy it. That's the guiding philosophy of this channel.
If that Bumblebee statue comes available on the waitlist, I'm fucking getting that.
And you heard it here. On that note, remember, every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. And with that, as always, have a better day. And we are out. We